Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, 4 nerds, by nerds, hanging out with these nerds.
Ryan.
I'm Nerdarchy.
And we have a GM911 from Michael. Basically, he wants to add a couple Fae to his adventuring party and wants to know how to do it.
If you guys have a GM911 and would like to have us help you out, you can submit it at nerdarchy@gmail.com, put GM911 in the subject, or head over to the GM911 section of our forums.
So, basically he had a near party wipe in a evil Fae forest. He offered 2 of the characters a Warlock pack, Fae.
They declined. They did not go for it.
To stay alive. One of the characters is still alive and being nursed. And they want to bring back the other 2 characters as...
players.
Players. They don't want to bring back the characters. They're dead. They want to introduce 2 new characters from the forest, one being a nymph and one being a satyr. And he wants to know how to balance it against player races. He didn't tell us what level the surviving character is.
Which is it's going to be important for game balance.
So he did mention that the nymph is not in the 5th edition monster manual, but we do have a suggestion. We popped out our monster manual. A satyr is only a challenge half, looks at 31 hit points, 7 hit dice, and straight out of the book, I don't see any problem with anything that Satyr can do. Magic resistance can be pretty powerful, but it depends upon what you're going up against. The pipes are a variant. Maybe I would allow them to take that as a feat or train in it later if that's something that you wanted to do. And then for the nymph character, we said, well, what about the Dryad?
Yeah, both good suggestions.
Because there's a couple problems with the nymph. One is traditionally their powers are kill you and blind you. So that goes beyond the scope. I think
of something that you could potentially be PCable because it becomes game breaking.
Right. Now, if you want to take the Dryad and call it a nymph and not give it those really excessive abilities, for what, and you guys can in your game can come up with a reason why this is a lesser nymph or has a different suite of abilities. I mean, it definitely has the charm, which a nymph would do.
It's got the charm. It's got the 18 charisma, which in 5th edition, 20 is the general cap anyway, so that's pretty close into the wow, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, so I would take game balance in this instance, and if this is what you want to do as the DM, this is what the players want, ball it up, throw it away, don't worry about it. If this is going to be a fun game for you to run it. I would use the monster manual entry straight from the book when they start the game, and then depending on what that other character's level is, I would say they're both like 3rd or 4th level characters in my opinion, and once they hit those levels, you can start letting them gain PC classes and go from there. Now, here's the one caveat to that, and this is the thing where you're going to have to make a decision. Do you just give them full classes, or do you go, no, this is a multi-class, and you have to follow the multiclassing rules, which is going to neuter a little bit of what they get.
Yeah, I was looking to see if either one of them get saving throws. They don't.
Because that's a big thing too. Is you get limited saving throws if you're multi-classing, and you don't get the secondary.
You don't get the secondary. And skills.
Yeah, and
they wouldn't have a background. They technically don't have a background.
Right.
So
you have perception and stealth that looks like they're trained in for the Dryad, and perception, performance, and stealth for the Satyr.
So, or you could hodgepodge. You could go with, all right, I'm going to do the multi-class rules, but if you don't have I'm not going to make you not have a saving throw that you're good at. So once you can either assign one for these, or once they gain the class levels,
they get those saving throws.
They could get the saving throws.
Yeah. So it's funny with say looking at the Dryad here, it gets 2 skills. So all right, that kind of counts for the background. Maybe you give them the class skills, but the Satyr, it's got skills as if it were like a bard or a rogue.
Well, no, it's only got
2.
It's got 3 as opposed to the 2.
Yeah, so it's not crazy.
And I would even go so far as the Satyr has Common, Elvish, and Sylvan. The Dryad has Elvish and Sylvan. I would give the Dryad or the Lesser Nymph Common, just unless you want to force if the other party member happens to have Elvish, then it's like, okay, well now you all have a common language. There's no need, and the
right, or just give them common. Like either way would work.
Because I mean, it's a 1 year and 200 gold pieces solution, right? Like you can learn common. Like it's not really that big of a thing.
No. So and then the other problem is like, do you give them backgrounds, or just go, no, I'm letting you play monsters. Like have fun. With that and enjoy what you got.
Your background is being a monster.
Yeah, you know, and even, there's only certain ones that would actually fit anyway.
You know, I would allow if you were going to allow them, I would allow Hermit, I would allow Outlander,
Entertainer or whatever, like for a satyr, like
yeah. I could see
because
that
here's
one.
the thing, like just because these sylvan creatures don't go into like human society and everything like that, among Fae they probably do all the same things that a human society would do. Therefore, they could fill all the roles of like you could have a nymph guild artisan who likes to craft things of beauty and wonder.
That's true.
You know, like so I. Really, as long as they don't pick something that's stupid on its face value,
Like Guild Artisan.
Yeah, right.
Well, Guild Artisan actually has like a lawyer aspect to it, like.
But these things
that's
have
like
their
the
own
feature.
These things have their own societies, like all these races. So, you know.
No, they don't. no, but you're right. There's definitely some.
If this coffee was still hot, I would dump it in his crotch. But it's not hot; it would just be a waste of my coffee. So,
well, that's what I call a good Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
So there's some insights there.
Entertainer, noble, hermit, outlander. There's definitely some that work, but some really do pertain to civilized
Sailor
society. You know, that may not work as well. Well, and some are just weird, like Satyr. Satyr would be kind of a weird one for Fae in a forest to have.
Yeah.
So you kind of like might have to use some common sense. You can look through the skag. You might find some in there that work.
I mean, you could have a swashbuckling satyr pirate. It's just like it becomes a very different type of game, and he's already in a forest. So,
that's already that's the settings there already in place.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I don't even find that much flaw or reason. Like you might delay them from taking levels for a little bit, depending on the level disparity. Basically, it's almost like you're reinstituting the ECL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you remember that from third edition.
Absolutely.
So like, all right, well, you guys level wise are going to be like 2 or 3 levels behind, you know, because you have these suite of powers.
Right. Well, and you know, really, if you're tying it to the hit dice.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that much of a big deal anyway. Like we're saying, like that's exactly what we did. We looked at the hit points and said, well, that's about what a 3rd or 4th level character would have.
22 hit points on the Dryad, plus a lot of powers. I would say that's easily a 3rd or 4th level character. And the Satyr has got more hit points but less abilities.
Right. So for convenience, you might just go 3rd level for both of them,
Yes.
and you know, and then for the other the other character, even if it's 1st, it's not really that long before they're gonna all be equal.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and depending what that other character is, like if it's a warrior type or a fighter, it might be able to hang a little bit better anyway with hit points. You know, again, like it's a game. If you're having fun, that's all that really matters.
And if nobody's upset, like if the remaining player who doesn't have a fake creature character, as long as they're still happy and having a good time, then everybody's good. So
I don't know. It might be nice to come back to life nursed by a nymph.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Who wouldn't want that?
So, what do you guys think? How would you handle this in your game? Would you allow satyrs and dryads in your game?
My.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Or are you against it?
And
Put your comments below while you're at it. Like, share, even subscribe.
You can tweet at us over on Twitter.
You can Fapact patronize us in a good way over on Patreon.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.